Good morning. I told you the story of Bernie Lofchick. I'm going to tell you the story of Dennis Parker. Mine's not nearly as good as David Lofchick. So I was the sixth of six boys. And my mother liked me better than any of the other five because I was the baby of the family. I was the last one. So she wasn't nearly as tough on me as she had been the first five. When I was in high school, I was on the second team. I was not going to play on a Friday night. And the coach had told us who was playing and who wasn't playing and what our depth charts were and everything. And so I went home. Now, my brothers had been all state football players, great athletes, and so forth. And so I went home, and my dad was a truck driver, so he was usually gone on trips. And so my mom really raised me. And I went home, and I told my mom how stupid that coach was and how he played favorites. And he was going to play the guy in front just because he liked him better. Didn't have anything to do with ability. He just liked him. And I just went on and on and on, and she didn't say a word. And she said, well, Dennis, come over here and put your head on my shoulder. Let me give you some sympathy. I don't know sympathy. And she said, yeah, Dennis, you do. See, if you wanted results, you'd go in and talk to the coach and say, Coach, what do I have to do to be a starter? And then when he tells you what you got to do, then you do it. But you can tell it to me all day, and you know what? All I can do is give you sympathy. Because there's no way that anything I'm going to do is going to have an effect on you being a starter. So if you want sympathy, come over here. But obviously you're telling me the story because you want sympathy, because there's no results going to come from this. You talking about screwing the braces on and hurting. That was true discipline in an unusual manner. Very intelligent woman. And I went to that coach and I said, what do I got to do to start? And he told me, and I did it, and I became a starter. And I was very proud of myself because I had learned, if you've got something wrong, go to the person that you can get results from. You know, in all the years in education, I heard teachers in the cafeteria complaining in the teacher's lounge about somebody, principal, superintendent. And I always wanted to tell them that story. You know, lay your head here on my shoulder, Miss Smith, but I never had enough courage to do that. But I will say this, and of all the players that played for me, I've had a bunch of those kids come back and say, Coach, you remember that story about your mama? Results and sympathy? Yeah. Well, old Mike came into the locker room and he was whining and moaning about not getting to play and all that, and said, I told him, come over here, Mike, put your head on my shoulder. Let me give you some sympathy. And he got all mad and said, I don't want no sympathy. And I said, yeah, you do. Because if you wanted results, you'd go in there and talk to Coach Parker. See, I don't know what your lot is, and I don't know if you think you're not getting the right shake or whatever it is, but I do know how to solve it. Make sure that you go in and talk to the person where you can get results. Now, you know what that is? That's screwing the braces on. That's discipline. That's preparation to separate. Which one do you want? Results or sympathy? Years from now, when you are the best you that you can be, when we finish this 36 weeks, and you are absolutely a better person than you were when we began, and you look back and you say, woo, discipline. and you think I prepared to separate. I was disciplined. I screwed those braces on. You're going to have the pain of discipline, which means Monday you do the goals, Tuesday you do the story and the answers, Wednesday story and answers, Thursday story and answer, Friday the evaluation. You got to do that every day. And if you don't do it, you don't look for sympathy. You find a way to get it done. And then when you become the best you that you can be, you don't say, Coach Parker made me that. You go, I did it. I was disciplined and I screwed the braces on. And that will make you the best you that you can be.